Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. For today's Sunday recap, actually, this isn't just going to be a recap of what happened in the NFT space, but we're also going to talk about NFT.NYC. And joining us today, we have JuicyKatBae, three ladies, three dudettes, if you will, joining us to talk about everything having to do with the week. So JuicyKatBae, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you.
What an intro.
Yeah.
What a jam.
That song slaps.
Yes, I agree. It always gets us hyped up, in the beginning. It's like, okay, we're about to start
It's
this.
a good pregame. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we seriously have a lot to talk about, and we all were in New York for NFT.NYC. You ladies actually threw an event, which my sister and I went to. Super excited to talk about that. But let's start off with just getting to know you ladies a little bit and talking about how you got into NFTs. So maybe we can start with Juicy.
Yes. I have like a condensed version of it is basically back when I was in college in like 2017, I somehow like stumbled upon this blog by Art Gnome and he talked about crypto art. And it was like, that was basically just like at that point, it was pretty niche and low key. And he was writing about like art that people were putting on the blockchain. And I didn't know about like any of it. That was like kind of my introduction to this like whole space. But like, I just remember like in college, I got like real deep into that rabbit hole just because I thought the concept was so cool that like it felt like very revolutionary for digital artists and giving them autonomy for their work. And so like I got super into it and then I ended up just like, kind of like not doing anything about it. Like I just like fell deep into the rabbit hole. And then I was like, okay, like this is a weird thing. I don't know anyone else in my real life who's into this. So I just like fully dropped it. And then like fast forward to like when NFTs were like pumping in like, 2021 or whatever, all my friends from college were hitting me up being like, is this the thing that you were like talking about? And I was like, yes, but I am not a millionaire because I didn't do anything. But that kind of like, because the space kind of blew up and became like a popular thing, that was kind of like when I started delving back into it. And I realized like, like a lot of the things that I was interested back at like in college, it was like even cooler and there were more people involved. And so that was kind of like how I got back into it. I ended up buying a doodle as like one of my first NFTs. And then it went from there. And now I'm in too deep.
Yeah, you were ahead of your time there. Almost too early.
Too early. I know. Tragic. It was literally like before punks and everything. So I was like, wow, you really fucked it.
Dang. Well, that's okay. You're doing pretty good now. And, you guys have a whole show together and everything. So, Kat, how did you get into the NFTs? I feel like I know how you got. Wait, should we preface this by saying that Kat, her husband is my boss. So I don't know. I always think that's really funny, but I kept telling everybody that at the party. Everybody look out. But hey, this just goes to show we're all connected. Like everyone's kind of connected in some type of way in the Web3 space because it is kind of so small. And I don't know. I think it's always cool when people are connected in that way. But yeah, Kat, how did you get into NFT?
Absolutely. No, I love it. So yeah, Christian, my husband, definitely onboarded me. I think what happened was in COVID times, like he came across Top Shot and like just started basically printing money. And I'm not a big like basketball fan, just definitely not in the way that he is. So I didn't really follow it very closely. And it was one of those things where I was like, I'm so happy for you. But like this goes in the same category as like Halo and chess and things that I do not care about, but support. And I think it was like maybe like a year had gone by. He started building Evaluate, his company that Jenny works at, and with his co-founders, Alex and Cody. And like that became like a real like full-time thing for him. And I think it was sometime during that process where I started to pay a bit more close attention. And I feel like my timelines might be like a little bit mixed up here, but I think that Evaluate had been around for like half of a year or something like that. And he had gotten an invite to go to NFT.NYC, which at the time took place in October 2021, I think. And so it was the one where I think NFT NYC kind of blew up, and like Bored Apes threw this big, party. It was like a yacht party, but it was like on a barge, and like the attendance just like really popped off. And I got to like meet some really cool people there, and I got to kind of like experience the world of NFTs like outside of Discord and Twitter and JPEGs and things like that, and really see the people that were behind it and that were building. And I also got to see the strokes for free, but because Christian had a Bored Ape. And I think like that like experience, like going to the events, like really made me be like, oh, like this is cool. Like what's happening here. And so I think it actually might've been like a couple weeks before NFT NYC that I got a doodle, but I wasn't really bought in until like I had experienced it in person. And yeah, similar to Juicy, it's just kind of one of those things where like the rest is history. Like once you acquire your first NFT and you really start, getting to know people in the community and like putting time into it, like you just kind of fall further and further down that rabbit hole. So yeah, that's a bit of like a disjointed history of how I got here.
That is so true. Like once you made me realize that just now, like, oh my God, it's so true. Once you get into NFTs and you start like buying them, like everyone who gets in, they just like go all in and they become obsessed and they start doing all these things, outside of just collecting. And man, that is pretty crazy.
Your
okay.
gateway NFT.
Yes. Yeah, it's a gateway drug. All right, Bae, let's hear it. How'd you get into NFTs?
When I got into NFTs, it was a little bit different than Juicy and Kat. I am a trader. I'm perpetually online. I'm degenerate by nature. That's just how I've always been. I've always spent a lot of time on Twitter for, looking up like what certain plays in financial markets are. And one of my friends in one of my Discords was just always shilling NFT projects. And most of the people in our Discords were like, that's so stupid. Those are all going to zero, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, I wasn't ready to speak up and be like, wait, no, I think it's really cool. But I always had this like interest in it. And then eventually, like once Cool Kit Cats came out, I remember this was like 2021. I remember when I saw Cool Cats, something was so captivating about them, but I didn't buy into it. Like I felt like I was just like, it was too late to buy Cool Cats. But I did, I really was dying to like own a profile picture that would store value. And then I just became obsessed with the technology and the fact that I could trade them just really made it so enticing to me. So I think my first NFT was Lonely Alien Space Club. I think that was my first NFT, and I bought like quite a few of them. And once I got into the Discord for that, I was just obsessed. I was in it every single day. And the difference between NFT communities and just like other internet communities I found was that it was less competitive. I feel like in trading in general, when it comes to like the regulated markets, there's a lot of like bragging and competition and gatekeeping. Whereas I noticed that in NFT Discords, people really just wanted to like celebrate and win together. So, once I started getting into the communities, I was just hooked after that. I just thought that the energy was so different and special. And I knew that it was going to be communities that actually grow together. So once I bought my first one, I never left.
I'm surprised you haven't sold your doodle then if you're a trader, but I'm glad you bought
I sold all, like most of them besides one.
Oh, okay. So you minted doodles?
I didn't mint, but I did. I bought my first doodles like very early on, like 0.7, 0.8-ish.
Nice. Michael, oh my God. Are you still here?
I'm here.
I gotta loop you back in.
Okay. I'm trying to stay dry. We've had flooding all weekend, if you hadn't heard.
Whose thunder was that? Was that Bae's?
That was
thunder?
mine.
That was crazy.
I was hoping no one would hear it, and I got a little distracted. I'm like, okay, I am the prize. But yeah, no, that was definitely me.
It was a big boom.
Did you get rain? Did you get down in Miami? Did you get flooding down there?
So I actually was in New York all week.
Oh, you were in New York when that all happened, right?
Yeah.
You guys were all in New York. I was the only one here. Jenny was like, all of us were in New York, and I'm sitting back here. Hadn't even talked yet. You know?
Oh, Michael, yeah.
Am I even part of this? Maybe this episode I'm just not supposed to be on. I don't know. Just kidding.
Okay, hopefully everything at home is okay though, Michael. Hopefully.
Yeah, we're good. We were fine in Northwest Broward, but the kids had off Thursday and Friday, and that was the hardship. We had like 10. We had like 10 kids at our house on Thursday. Everyone was swimming.
10?
Oh my God.
All the neighborhood kids, like all their friends, all came over.
I was like, you have 10 kids?
No, we have 3 kids of our own, and then all the neighborhood kids showed up.
Oh, that sounds kind of fun for the kids.
Yeah. It was very fun for the kids.
Michael was like, me, not so much.
Yeah, right.
That was rough. 2 surprise days off of school. Yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah. All right, now time for our sponsored segment. Shout out to Swoops for sponsoring this episode. Swoops is bringing basketball to the blockchain. Draft, train, and strategize your way to running the court and winning real money competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to be partnered with Swoops again. First things first for everybody, the website is playswoops.com. At the very top, you click on pre-sale, and that's where you could sign up. It's free to sign up. You get access. So if you sign up now, you will have access to the pre-sale. They told us last week when we did the spot that they had a very good response. So a lot of people signed up. Was really excited about that. Hopefully even more people go this week. But I've been playing. I actually had a 4-game win streak tonight, which was really cool because my team was struggling a tiny bit, but I was very happy about that. I get in there. I play a bunch of games. I look at the stats. I go over it. I have, my best players is Larry Bird. I named it's Larry Bird, but there's an AI in there. My favorite name is Wen Simmons. Do you know Ben Simmons, the ex-Sixers player, Jen?
Yes, I do.
So I have a guy Wen Simmons, which I like. And also I have 2 more players that I have not named yet because I would like people from our community to help name. So if you want to come in our Discord, if you want to DM me on Twitter and you have a really good, interesting name for like a robot NBA type of player.
Yes. And so the pre-sale starts on May 15th, which by the way, this is series 1. For series 0, the first mint sold out in less than 35 minutes. So if you want to actually mint this, get on the pre-sale. Like Michael said, it's easy, free to sign up. playswoops.com/presale and fill out the form and you're good to go. All right, now back to the show. Okay, so we got to talk about New York because, and I want to know how this came about and how this happened and also the whole planning process, because you guys literally had a couple of weeks to plan this, but basically, and let me know if I'm getting this right. Basically, Doodles was like, oh, who wants to throw a party in New York for us? We'll give you 10 each to organize and put together a whole party. And then the community voted on people that they thought would be fit to throw this party, and the community voted for you guys. And then you guys won the votes. And then you had a couple of weeks to basically throw a banging party. Is that correct?
And like in a nutshell, yes. Like I think the inception of the proposal came from like Doodle Putt, just because we had so much fun doing something in person. Like, so the 3 of us had been doing spaces for almost a year. Like we did spaces every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for like 9 months straight. And they were like 3 or 4 hour marathon long spaces. And so the team, I guess, thought that was cool. And they gave us this opportunity at Doodle Putt. And yeah, we had such a blast that like we started to think like, okay, we want to do more in-person events. So the idea had really, like, we'd been kicking it around December, January, February. And then I think as NFT.NYC started like approaching, we were like, oh, like it doesn't look like the team's going to do anything. And I think the community, I think there's like some Doodles community fund that a few people are on. Like, so they were definitely coordinating an event, but their budget was very small. Like, I think maybe less than an ETH. And so we had the idea to put forth a proposal to request the 9.99 ETH, which is the max that you can request with a 500 person quorum. Or else we would have requested way more and thrown a much larger event, but next time. But yeah, and so thankfully, like we got the votes and we got it passed. But yeah, it was a very like informal process. Like I don't know what would have happened had we not put that proposal forward. Like maybe there just wouldn't, have been like this really big community event this time around, and that would have been okay. But yeah, we're really glad with like how it turned out and how it came together. And Bae, Juicy, I don't know if you guys want to talk about the timeline, because I know that was a sprint for sure.
Yeah, the timeline was crazy. But yeah, like co-sign everything Kat said. I think like the team definitely made it clear that they wanted like the Doodles community to kind of come forward and like do events of this kind without necessarily like the team being behind it. But it was kind of like on us to actually create a proposal, put it through and all of that. So we were really glad that like people came through and voted for it. But yeah, the timeline was pretty crazy because like by the time the proposal was actually passed, we had, I think, like a little over a week and a half. Like it was less than 2 weeks.
That's insane.
Before the party. And so like we had already, like when we were writing the proposal, Kat was kind of already like, and Bae, they were already kind of like brainstorming different venues, like where would be like a good spot to hold the party and whatever. But it was kind of weird because it was like you didn't want to plan too much just in case like maybe it doesn't fully happen. So that was like a difficult like gray zone for a few days because it was like we were doing the work, but we're like, it's pointless, but we'll do it anyway just in case. But I'm glad we did it because then like by the time the funds were absolutely going to be coming our way, we were able to kind of like full speed ahead with locking down the venue, finding a DJ, like making the designs and all of that. But it was a pretty crazy week and a half. Like I try to get enough sleep, but there were just like some nights where like I would just be like up because I was like different ideas would like pop into my head for the party. And I know like Kat and Bae are the same because we'd be like, we would switch off, but like one of us basically every night would like have a 3 a.m. text go through being like, wait, what if we did this? So it was just like crazy and hectic, but it was also just incredibly fun. I feel like all three of us really enjoyed the process. I don't know necessarily because it was a crunch, it was fun, but just like being able to like divide and conquer and like kind of cover all the areas and like have as we were doing it, we were kind of like, I think we're doing a really good job. And like we were. So it was just exciting, I think.
Yeah, the fact.
Where did you guys hold it?
Outer Heaven.
Outer Haven. No, it's this really cool. It's actually a micro club that just opened up, I think, in February. So yeah, we had shortlisted like 50 venues because
Wow.
we had no idea like the size of the crowd that we would need to accommodate. I think whenever we first put out a poll, like to get some feelers for how many Doodles would be even attending NFT.NYC, we got like 15 responses. So we're like, okay, like we're doing an event.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Right. And then which drastically changed because I think a lot of people like pulled the trigger once they realized that like, oh, like there's gonna be a party. And like I think one of the things I think we're all really proud of is that like we got people to actually come to NFT.NYC to go to the event who previously weren't going to go.
Mhm.
And that's on marketing. And that's just like, I think all the like really cool imagery that like Juicy created and like, we made it fun. And I think like it was just like an all around success and something that, we all, I think, take a lot of pride in how it came together and how it went. So
That's awesome.
You guys got me to come because I had an opportunity to go to New York and then I was supposed to potentially MC, but I was like, I don't really want to do that. And
Yeah.
then I was like, and then I was like, oh my God, wait, doodle party. Yeah, I should come to this. And then literally you guys were like the main reason that I was like, okay, let's just make New York happen. Because my sister was going to go too. And I'm like, also, I'm only going to go if Steph goes. But yeah, like that party was lit. Bae, do you want to add anything to the process of putting that whole event together or how it turned out, how you guys thought of it?
I think that the most shocking thing was that after the proposal did get passed, like we just flew through our tasks. Like I can't even tell you how fast. Like we were so stressed out until the proposal passed, and then all of a sudden, like everything just fell into place so perfectly. And I think that it's just something that we can be so proud of because we pulled it off and we had like nothing to worry about by the end. And like, not to like pat ourselves on the back extra hard, but like it just was it was really cool to be able to deliver something to our community that like we love so much and like feel really good about it and not have any regrets or like doubts, whatever, going into it. It just like at the day of the party, I think that like none of us had anything to worry about. We all like were looking around. We were just excited. We were so excited. And like I'm so happy that so many people came, and I'm so happy that you were able to come, Jen, and like and stuff. You guys were raging. So epic. Like you guys crushed it. I was
so happy to see you guys because like I just love like you guys literally shut down the dance floor. Like that was incredible. Like every time I looked over, I was like, God damn, like, are they still going? And you were.
Is there video of this?
Okay, so this is my chance this is my chance to show. I put together a vlog. It's actually my pinned tweet right now because it was a really fun party. But NFT.NYC JuicyKatBae party is my pinned tweet. Go watch it. It's a whole 1 minute clip. Oh, Michael, you haven't seen it? Is this
I guess I must have. I guess I must have. I didn't realize.
Michael, how dare you?
You know, I share all your vlogs. You know,
I know. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, it was super fun, and I felt like, first of all, when we got there, it was packed. Like I think we got there. I know it started at 9. Steph and I got there probably like 10:45, and like it was packed. And I was like, whoa, oh my God, okay, it's really popping off. Yeah, and then it was cool. And the dance floor was kind of like, wasn't too packed. So we're like, oh, sweet, like we can really like dance because that's like what we love to do, just like vibe, have a good time. And yeah, it was great. I ended up running into a bunch of people that I knew. At first I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm not going to know anybody. But there was a lot of cool people there. And, you know, you ladies were there. Like, I mean, you can see the vlog, watch the vlog, okay? You'll see the footage. But it was a lot of fun.
Captures it perfectly. It's one of my favorite videos. Like
really good vlog.
Oh, yeah. The only thing is like it's so dark in the club that people don't realize that I literally have to have like the flash on, just like embarrassingly like flash on, like videoing, and everyone's like, oh my God, so bright. Like it's so hard to look into the light.
We're so glad that you did because like we took all this footage. Like we thought it'd be really funny to have like a shitty camcorder as
you were carrying around your camcorder. I was like, what is this?
I was like, I think we'll be much more likely to film if we have a camcorder. Like this was the idea. But there was no flash, and it was like 2008 quality, so it's even worse than like an iPhone or anything. So the fact that you have like actual footage that is visible, we are greatly appreciative for.
Very appreciative. All of our footage, it's a vibe, but it's pitch black. Like you can tell it's cool, but you can't see anything.
But just barely.
Right. You can barely see, just enough to know there's people there.
Yeah. Ooh.
You're like, oh, okay, this is mysterious. Wait, so how do you get from the camcorder to like Twitter? Like, are you like gonna upload it, or how does that work?
I did a little like a little USB to USB-C, like kind of like connecting
porting.
Yeah. It worked. We have the very raw cut ready to go. It's got like home video vibes.
Oh my God, I love home videos. I like your guys' style of like, you guys are kind of going for that like aesthetic of like, early 2000s and stuff. Like I love that so much. And I like the aesthetic. I can tell you guys are really into aesthetic and stuff. There was also a photographer. I need to know, when are the pictures coming out? Where can we see them?
Ooh, yeah. I hit him up today. I was like, "Hi, our sponsors are asking." No, they weren't. It was just me. I want to see the pictures.
That is
he said
funny.
Tuesday at the latest.
Yeah.
And
we've gotten a preview. They look amazing.
They're insanely good.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, those pictures are going to be fire, but also there's some other footage on BFA. If you want to see some photos, you can find JKB Electro Heaven on BFA.
Yeah, I think we're going to tweet the link soon.
Okay, yeah, please tweet the link, because
we'll tweet the link. We'll tweet the link.
All right.
They're like the first half, so we definitely want to get the other photographer too, because they capture a lot of like the dance floor vibes.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will be pictured for sure. For sure.
I'm almost scared to see the photos. I'm like, oh gosh.
No, they're so sick. Like I look like I got like a cat sent over like previews of like, and for some reason they were both of me. I look insane because I was like really going hard at the dance floor, but they did make it look
hard.
cool.
But also insanely good. Like they're the coolest pictures.
Okay.
Like, oh, mine looks like that.
Yeah. But you know what? I like that you guys had a photographer, because a lot of events they don't have photographers or videographers or anything like that. So it's like, it's nice that you actually had that.
Yeah, we definitely prioritized that, like putting it in the budget. It was a tight budget, but like we really wanted to make sure that we could get content, have people like look cool, and like especially because we wanted to encourage people to like dress in a like elevate their clothes for our event, and reward them with some hot ass pictures.
It's a nice touch. I like that.
Yeah,
Michael, would you have dressed up if you went to it?
Yes, Michael. What would you have worn?
Yeah, walk us through the fit.
I would have had to, if I was in New York I would have probably had to go out and buy clothes.
We could have gone shopping with you.
Clothes.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Tips.
Well, that would have been really nice, and that could have been content in of itself.
That's an additional service.
Trying to dress me up would be good content.
That's an additional service we should offer.
Okay.
I think that is. The day before
you throw
our
the party, and if you need to go shopping.
Yeah, we throw a shopping party the day before the real party.
That's
for men in Web3.
That's actually a good idea. Right, for men in Web3 that have no clue what they're doing.
Exactly.
Give me your Bored Ape hoodie. I will get you dressed.
Oh, yeah. This is a new JKB vertical.
Yeah,
I'm writing that down.
That's not bad. And you could sell NFTs as like tickets to that event, and they would come in, you take them around. Yeah, I like it. Before we leave the Doodles, do you guys all know that the Doodles are taking applications right now for the community council that close tomorrow?
I know about that. It seems like a lot of work that I don't want to do personally.
I was going to try. My goal here was going to say that Jenny's perfect. And since you guys are all Doodles, that we should like elevate it and like
we should
start sharing it.
Oh, fully.
Do you want to apply for it, Jenny? Would you apply for it?
No, I really don't. I'm
Jenny. We submit it on behalf of you.
Yeah, just I know all our info. I'll just put it in.
Yeah, we'll
wait, did anyone else here apply? We can.
Did you guys apply?
Funny you should mention. Kat literally just put in her application for the events lead.
Great, we're voting for Kat then. There we go.
Right, we can do that.
Yes, her application slays. Vote for Kat.
Vote for Kat. A vote for Kat is a vote for God.
Pizza Fridays.
Whoa, that's a good.
You must
Pizza
vote for Kat. Okay, well that's good to know that you're running for. Wait, how does that work? So there's the application process. Then when is the voting? I guess I didn't look too much into it, but
I also actually don't know.
It's so funny because everyone's like, "I'm gonna vote for you," but it's like the team, the team.
Oh, so wait,
I love that. I would much rather that than people be like not voting for you.
I feel like you're gonna get it. I feel like you're gonna get it because you know a lot of people on the team. And like
you just did a successful event for the community.
Totally.
That's, like we're manifesting it. I think it'd be really cool to like work with other doodles to like, I don't know, implement. Like I know that the first group that's going to be on this council is really going to have to lay a lot of like the infrastructure and kind of figure things out, but like I love that kind of stuff. Like I just love like raw process and figuring stuff out. So I would for sure love the opportunity. There's a lot of really amazing candidates for the same role. So like definitely no hard feelings if it doesn't happen. But yeah, like I'm excited that the team like even put forth this opportunity to like get more involved and like have a greater stake in like, you know, community focused operations. And so yeah, we'll see what happens, but really appreciate the support and kind words. And I don't know when this is coming out in relation to when the vote happens, but I strongly advocate for everyone who even thinks that they might want to do it just to put forth a proposal. Because, you know, I think we need more people, need more women, need more people in, you know, these visible positions. So yeah, definitely advocating for anyone who wants to do it.
Vote for Kat.
For the record, it's April 16th, and we'll probably put it out in about 24 hours.
Let's go. We love that turnaround.
Wow, yeah.
Andy's a
so
dynamo.
impressive.
Andy's a dynamo.
Damn.
A lot of times he does it the same night, but today, him and I were talking before. He's like, it's been a long weekend. I'm a little tired. I was like, he's like, I'm going to work on it tomorrow. Yeah.
That's impressive.
So what are you guys doing with, it was JKB, right? JKB Media. JKB. I saw that. Looks like it's recent.
Oh yeah, you're now officially an LLC. That's very exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wait, did you just say it looks like Andreessen?
Huh?
It looked like it was recent.
Oh, okay. I was like, yes. Yeah. Yes, it does. Like, it's giving A16Z.
We are A16Z.
I'm getting Alameda vibes. Alameda Capital.
Oh no.
Oh wait, hold on.
Sorry. Wrong company. I'm sorry.
I heard A16Z.
Yeah,
that's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're an LLC. We are officially an LLC.
Congratulations. What do you guys want to do with it? What's the plan?
Well, we want to address the men in Web3. It's a very important clause.
That's actually
number one.
Yeah, I can try to take a stab at this, but I think there's just like such a creative like mind share here that I think we can all weigh in. But I think that this LLC basically gives us creative license to build in as many different directions as we want. So I think like, you know, events, I think is definitely going to be a pillar for us. Like this like cross community event, like for anyone who didn't know, or who doesn't know, like we had people from Blockworks community, an event there. We had people from OpenSea, like, so we had a lot of artists and creators and people from that side, in addition to the Doodles community. And I think that actually really, you know, elevated the experience of everyone who was at the event. It's what made it packed. It's what made it fun. It's what made it so that you can network with people, not only in the Doodles community, but beyond that. And I think we want to continue to throw these cross community, like, parties and events going forward. So I think that's like one area that we want to use it for. But I think also just like creating content around Doodles, and then also like areas of focus that we all see individually as valuable, and kind of like having some overlap with Web3 or crypto, like using JKB as a platform to explore that. But Bae, Juicy, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot that I didn't cover with that. So
yeah, I mean, I would agree. Like, I feel like that covers like most of it. I think we're like just right now still experimenting, because we really want to just like keep figuring out like the different types of content we can put out and like what resonates with people. But I think the overall thesis is just like being experimental, working in Web3, and kind of like leaning into our individual personalities. I think like the thing that makes it really special as a trio is that we each kind of like, we all share a similar sense of humor, and we all also are like very different from each other. And so it's just like, I feel like whenever we're together, there's this like really cool synergy. And so we just like want to channel that in different ways and kind of like promote the space and our vision of it, and like it kind of try to influence it with like what we like. So like this party was just like a one-off party, but it was also just kind of like, we viewed it as like, I don't know, an example of like what we want
a proof of concept.
Party. Yeah, a proof of concept. For sure. Yeah. Like that was exactly what we wanted out of a Web3 party, right? Like a good ratio where it's not a sausage fest, good music, really cool design to get the vibes going. And also just like weird little jokes. Like we call like people who are a fan of our show or of us our JKBBs. And so like at the party, we bought hundreds of miniature plastic babies and just like had them like cups of them like all around the bar and the club. So like people could grab them if they wanted to and like play with them while they were waiting for their drink. So like stuff like that where it's just like, I don't know, we just like want to inject our personality into the space, and it seems to be well received so far. So we want to keep doing that.
Love it. Yeah, see where it goes. I hear exactly what you guys are saying.
I was wondering what those babies were doing. I was like, it was a good conversation point though, because everyone's like, what are these things? But
Now you know.
and now we know.
Now we like to keep things as weird and confusing as possible.
Yep. Keeping it weird.
It's funny because I don't know if I had this thought whenever I was with you guys, but I was like, or maybe I said it to Christian yesterday, but I was like, I feel like an important piece of advice that I'd give someone would, if they were building a brand, would be like to leave some room to be unhinged, because that makes it so much more fun. And I feel like in the best way possible, like I think we've kind of like yeah, we've built a brand, and I think people are taking us seriously, especially after executing this event. But I think we've also given ourselves some like wiggle room to like make these jokes and to kind of like, one of the things that I think we do really well is to have like ironic takes on the space, right? Because I think crypto is one of those areas where people tend to like take themselves very seriously, whereas like the public is kind of on the outside looking in and being like, you guys look crazy. And so I think like we kind of like to play into that irony and like that self awareness of like, you know, people thinking that crypto is like a pyramid scheme, or, you know, that it's very like male heavy. Like we like to have all these like little jokes and things that we like inject into our events that like acknowledge those things. And I think like it makes it relatable. It gives it a sense of self-awareness that's kind of missing from the space a little bit. And so I guess you could bucket a lot of that as like unhinged. I love that word, so that's why I'm using it. But yeah, I think it's been really fun for us and it's been such an amazing creative outlet for the three of us to be like, what is JKB, and to make sure that it fully represents all three of us.
Yeah, you three are seriously very smart, very much action takers, and also very authentic and like genuinely yourself. Which people really love. You know, people love when it's like you're just being you, and you know, you're being your creative self, but it's like you're also like going out there and doing things. Like I love seeing it, and you guys are seriously like because it's like there's people that represent different communities. You know, it's like Bored Apes, like you think of certain people that'll like rep the community a bunch. Doodles, I definitely think of you three. Like I'm like JuicyKatBae, like that's and yeah, going back to the Doodle Putt event, you know, it's like Doodle's team, they're watching you, they know, they see you, like they invited you out to like kind of just moderate the event, talk about what's happening and all that kind of stuff, because they're like, okay, these ladies are doing some big things. So yeah, props to you all, seriously, like you guys are killing it and really doing a lot out here, and also pumping our bags. Let's go.
Woo!
Yeah. No, thank you. That means like so much, honestly. And same to you, like, you know, like you're out here like repping your doodle and have this amazing show. Like I was like looking at NFT shows and I was like, oh, there's like NFT Catcher Pod, like so sick, and like the top 10 of like all these lists. I was like, let's go.
Hey.
That's so major.
Oh, let's go.
Michael, we made it.
Yes.
So official.
Okay, so should we talk about what else happened at NFT.NYC? I feel like this is, we're mostly kind of just talking about the event and Doodles related stuff, which has been really fun, but we got to kind of cover what else happened in New York. I guess I'll say that I did go to the actual conference. I got a media pass. It's like, I'm not going to pay for the event, but hey, if it's free, I'll go. So I went to the actual conference, and it was in a different location than last year. I feel like every time they do it, it's in a different location, but it was like super it was multiple levels and really like spread out. So it kind of seemed like there was less people there, but I don't know if that was just because it was in such a big space. But yeah, it was really cool. They had a lot of different sections. And of course, they always have the different sponsors and the projects. Last time it was at, I think like the Marriott or something, and everything just seems so like squished. Like I could barely walk around last time. And then it was like sponsor right here, then another one right here. And it just was so like chaotic. But this year, it really felt a little bit more calm because it was in such a large area. And it really felt like all the sponsors and stuff, like they had their own space and they really had a lot of space to be able to like, for people to walk around without there being a bunch of foot traffic. So I appreciated them changing up the venue and really like making it a lot bigger. But I was saying, I don't know where I was saying this, but NFT.NYC, like it definitely feels like a lot of the people that go, or at least the vibe I got going this time was like, it's a lot of people like representing companies. Like they're like, oh yeah, my company sent me out, or, you know, like people like wearing like suits and stuff, like kind of dressing a little more professional. So I feel like it was more like the professional Web3 people and like international as well. Like a lot of people from like other countries and stuff coming together, like coming to NFT.NYC, being like, okay, this is the event. This is where everybody goes. So it was interesting. It was cool though. Like I met a lot of awesome people and ran into people I knew. But did you ladies go to the actual conference?
We didn't go to the actual conference. And it's funny that you said how the crowd seemed a little bit different. I totally agree. I think that the vibes were off, but it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it opened up the doors for different types of conversation, whereas opposed to like a past NFT events, you know, I'm basically just talking about our shared bags and like, and just things happening in different projects. But I think this time we kind of saw some more of a different crowd where people were working on, you know, like different products for Web3 and the blockchain space. And I think that I kind of learned about a lot of those new products that are penetrating the market. So I thought it was kind of interesting, like to have different types of conversations this time, but definitely wasn't the same energy. I think that it was a little bit more toned down than, you know, past conferences that I've been to.
Yes. So what did you guys go to besides throwing your own doodles event?
What did we go to?
What did we do? I
think the one that stood out and wait, what is it?
We went to Utes and DGods.
Oh, how was that? Because I was seeing that all over the timeline. Like everybody was posting, and apparently there was a super long line to get in. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, we showed up early and the line was just simply way too long. And then we heard that they brought basketballs out for people. And we were like, okay, we don't play basketball. So we just like left and walked around for a couple hours. Then we went back and there was no line.
Oh.
We actually went back to the club that we threw our party at. Like we
went back to Outer House
every single night of that week. So that was like a block up from where the DeGods thing was. So we were like, okay, we're gonna go party over here for a little bit, and then
it became like an ongoing bit that was like too real because like the day after our party, Serotonin hosted an event. And so we were like, oh, cool. Like might as well just pop in. And so it was a great event, but it was just funny because like we were back there. We said hello to the general manager and the owner. We're like, hello, we're back. And then the next night, or was it 2 nights later or something like that? The night of the Utes event. Yeah, we ended up just like back and it wasn't even an NFT or Web3 related party. I think it was just like a normal night for them. And we ended up like going back there because we were like, we know it's going to be a good time. And then we said hello to the general manager again and the bartenders knew us at that point. So it was funny because now I'm like, we live here.
Yeah. And just like a funny side note is like they have incorporated like the little babies, the babies into their culture at the bar. I think they have them like set out now. They are fans.
Yeah, they're like posing on the bottles and like
wow, you guys started the trend.
Yeah. So if you go, look for those. But no, youth was cool. The spot was really cool. It was a very cool club. It was very them. Like is all I can say. Like it's just like blasting rap music, oodles of men. very,
Oodles.
very young.
Were they doing shoeies or whatever, where they drink the beer out of the shoe?
Yes, like
We did-
hoodie-clad shoeies.
We did not witness any shoeies.
No.
I think that if I witnessed one, I would have immediately dipped.
It's pretty gross, honestly. Like drinking out of your shoe, like how do they just
like
anyway.
How clean is that?
It's definitely not. It's definitely disgusting. But
I have to say, like one of the cooler things that we went to though was during the day. It was W3FC, I think was the brand that hosted it, and it was like a soccer event that was like all the way in like what is it, like Sunset Park area?
Yeah,
deep in Brooklyn.
Like, and so the three of us like made the trek out, and it was so much fun. It was like all these different teams, like Nouns had a team, OpenSea had a team. Maybe there was like 10 to 12, 16 teams of people just representing their communities, like playing soccer, hanging out, eating pizza, vibing. So we just like showed up just to watch and hang out, and that was like a really cool, I think, unique experience, like to go check that out. Definitely one of my favorites.
Nice reprieve from the partying. Like it was just a very
day events. Like day events are cool.
Yeah. So nice. It was a very nice just like good time, and like being able to talk to people and like fully hear them and have a full conversation without going, what?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's always like that's kind of the worst part. I feel like I have it down though, but it's like that is the most awkward part of like going to parties and trying to talk to somebody. It's like they're just saying stuff and you're like, wait, I only understand 20% of that. But then you're just like, like you have to pretend because you don't want to just keep being like, what? Yeah. And then it's just like,
you're like, yeah, I love that. I love it.
For sure. Yeah,
like, oh my God, you just like laugh because it's like, maybe they're trying to crack a joke. I don't know.
No, for sure. Yeah. And then you leave the conversation, you're like, who are they?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let me see. What else did I do in New York? I went to, there was a Royal Society of Players RSOP party. And Ja Rule was there, like just like performing and stuff, vibing out. It was a really small event. It was cool. Shout out to Mr. Pink. He's the one that like invited me and my sister and kind of helped organize the whole event. And it was jam-packed. Like that was the party where I was referencing when I said not being able to hear somebody when they're talking to me because it was so loud in there. Like, but it was a lot of fun. But I definitely drank way too much at that event. So
it happens.
Yeah.
All these open bars. It's just
I know, open bars.
tempting.
Exactly. Free. I'm like, I didn't know the JuicyKatBae because that was the first we flew in that day. And then we like had dinner with our cousin, and then we went to the party. And I thought like I kind of forgot that, NFT events usually do open bar where it's like free drinks. So I was like, I should probably get one. Like it's probably gonna be like $20. And then I was like, wait, you don't have to pay for this? Like, no, it's free. I'm like, oh my God, yes. Okay, say less.
That was a fun little surprise for us.
For sure. Yeah. We didn't make a formal announcement about it, but we're like, people will know once they show up.
Right. Once they order a drink and then the bartender just leaves after giving it to you. You're like, oh, okay. I guess that's what we're doing.
Did you catch like the menu by chance? Like, did you?
Yes. I had 3 different drinks from the menu.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, which ones?
Oh God, you think I remember the names?
Yeah.
Okay. But they were clever. They were clever names like having to do with JuicyKatBae. I loved that you guys even did that because I'm like, how do they even have time to do this whole thing? And they also tasted, I don't know, they kind of like this kind of weird, but they kind of were like healthy. Like one of them had like ginger and like another one was very like herbaceous and like I was like, like I feel like I'm drinking healthy right now.
I know. Yeah. Right. Like just losing weight as you're drinking them.
I was like, okay, this is actually pretty good.
They were very refreshing.
Yes. That's the word. They were very refreshing. Yes.
Yeah.
They were very refreshing. Yeah. So I had like I had the ginger one. I had the one that was in like the wine glass that was purple. I had
the JKBB teeny.
I think that one was God's perfect creation.
I think I had both of those. And then there was one that was like a sober one, like no alcohol. Sober queen. Did that. My sister got those because she's a sober queen. So she
I love that.
That's what I would be drinking.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
I'll have a
we
lemonade, please.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we like very much wanted to include like a cool mocktail on the menu because we support the sober queens. Or if you just like, don't feel like I had one amongst other drinks, but like it was a nice like, yay,
Yes,
juice.
It was my favorite drink. It was the best.
It was so good. Yeah. Like it was a pineapple something, but it thoroughly enjoyed it. I think that was the only one that I like fully finished, and the other ones I kind of lost or abandoned.
Abandoned them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on
someone, like,
purpose.
not on purpose. You just left it somewhere and then
Yeah,
okay.
and then it disappeared.
Or you give it to someone, like somebody took a sip of my drink and I was like halfway through with it and I was like, oh, you could just have it at this point.
Like,
For
not
now.
free. It was free.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna take a sip
I
out
paid
of it.
zero money for that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, I just get another one.
Funny. I did have one like baller moment. Quick aside was
Ooh,
like I
baller
ordered like Mushy, the the community manager of Doodles or whatever, his sister, like we met up with her, like we had met a few times. So like we were hanging out and then she's like, we should do shots. And I was like, I will never say no to that. So then I got 2 tequila shots for us. And then that, like, cause it was off the menu, you have to pay for that. So the bartender was going to like bring us up. And then I was like, wait, I'm the thrower of the party. Just put it on the tab. And then it felt so powerful. And he was like, I got you.
That's actually a good move at any party
Oh,
you're
no.
ever at.
Oh my god.
You order something off the menu. I'm the thrower of the party.
Yeah, I do this party.
Just put it on the tab.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
You know who I am.
This is just like I'm the thrower of the party.
Yeah. They're like, no, you're not.
We didn't know.
Actually-
No, we never see it again. We're like, hold up.
Yeah, that's a good pro tip, Juicy. Thank you for that. Should we try
I know.
that?
I feel like I've let loose a deep secret now.
Now people at our
all the
events
venues
like,
are like, that's not cool.
they're like, what the heck? Yeah, how come we have all these random shots being run up? Like,
how are there 20
today-
party throwers?
Yeah, the throwers of the party.
how many people do this party? Yeah, hey, they don't know. Okay, Michael, what happened this
What do we
week?
have? Well, what happened with our buddy Franklin? He got into some trouble.
Oh my gosh,
this
I don't
week.
even know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody knows exactly what happened, but supposedly he did a deal with somebody and he's out 2,000 ETH, and he also admitted to gambling away 650 ETH on Rollbit or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't go gambling on these sites. They're not made for you to make money.
Yeah, he's definitely a
650
gambling
ETH.
addict.
Yeah, for
let's be
sure.
real.
He got into it deep with all those blur bids. That was a mess.
Mhm.
And so he's kind of going away for a little bit. We like Franklin. We had him on, had a great conversation with him.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. People are like, is he going to retire? Is he going to come back? Like, he definitely, it's sad because it's like, you could tell he was really like hurt in his tweets, like, and didn't really want to fully disclose what happened or who scammed him out of the.
And people were
2000.
speculating everything under the sun. There were
And-
Machi. It was Machi. They were just playing a game, and Machi stole money from him. So everybody was like, it wasn't Machi.
Yeah. Yeah. He cleared some things of it. Like, no, it wasn't that person, but I don't want to keep answering these questions. Like, don't speculate. But of course, people are going to speculate.
He'll be back.
He'll be back
it's
eventually.
unfortunate. I think that it just goes to show like nobody has endless amounts of like good luck. He's gambling huge risky amounts, and there's always going to be a point where something goes wrong if you're taking that big of risk all the time. So, I hate to see it, but I think that like sometimes people need these lessons in order to make, more responsible trades. And that's just like something that happens to every single trader.
Yeah, doing all those bend down loans and
he's really doing the most risky things possible. Right?
Yeah.
Rollbit.com.
I know, like, yeah.
gambling your ETH on some internet website. It's tough. That's a shame, but hopefully he comes through and we hear from Franklin again. What else happened? The NFT.NYC list, the NFT now NFT 100, whatever they call it, their list came out. 10 people that we had on our show were on there. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Who?
We have Corey Van Loo, Carly Riley, OSF, Amber Victoria, Jen Stark, NFT Nick, Betty, Fuck Render, Thread Guy, and Gary V.
Gary V made the list. That's so funny.
Yeah, Gary V made the list.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, we got 10%
you mean the 100 list or our podcast guest list?
No,
we had them on twice.
Ooh. Well, not really. Okay, but not,
5 minutes each time. 5 minutes each time.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
At actual
solid
VCon,
5 minutes.
At VCon in person, and then Michael has a FaceTime frog, so we added that into the recording one time when he FaceTimed.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah.
That was a really solid list. Like,
I know.
I'm like, okay, Amber Victoria, Jen Stark,
Oh,
Carly
man,
Rae. I'm like, I gotta go back and listen to all those
I
songs.
know. What a flex.
Very impressive. Wow,
There's actually a few more people on the list that are coming on soon.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, that we have booked. We have some good ones booked.
Wait, Alpha Leak.
Spell it.
Well, Julian is coming. I forget.
Oh yeah, CEO of Doodles.
Yeah.
Coming on
Julian.
We were supposed to have Justin Aversano, but that got pushed, and they have our Calendly, so hopefully they'll book soon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Justin. Who else was on the list that's coming up soon? I forget exactly.
I don't know who's on the list. Otherwise,
I would. Yeah. Nicole Benham was on the list, but she had to be removed from the list.
Yeah, oh my God, I saw that whole drama.
What happened? There were some mistakes made in a wallet that I control.
There were mistakes. That the new copy pasta. Everyone's like, wow.
I love these quotes. Like, I love these. Just like they're always the most like random jumbled. Like,
there were mistakes made in a wallet I control. Everyone's like, why don't you just say that you fucked up and you did this?
I
saw
so good.
Well, it makes you like question, like, okay, does somebody control her wallets? Like, does she have a bot that auto sells when things pump to a certain amount? Like, what's the situation? Why did she word it like that? Because it sounded really like robotic. Like, why would you say it like that? I don't know.
She probably asked ChatGPT, what?
Oh my God.
Quote me a Twitter response.
That's funny. Yeah,
for sure.
So,
it was definitely trying to like uncenter herself from it, but in doing so, everyone just zeroed in on it.
No, because people don't like that. They want you to take accountability, and you should, you know. But so, what should we explain what happened? Like, why?
Yeah, can you explain what was it? It was like Doge 3 or something. What was the thing?
I have to be the one to explain. Okay, I don't know, but basically, okay. Here's my TLDR. Maybe I know all the facts. I probably don't. I definitely don't, but I'm going to attempt anyway. Basically, one of the founders of Doge allegedly came out with a project, and it was like these pixelated Doge puppies that were free to mint. But then certain people got allocated a certain amount, like sent a certain amount of these NFTs to their wallet. So I guess Nicole got sent was it like 100 or 500? I gotta forget which one.
Yeah, I think it was like 300
or like 3. It was like
we don't know exactly.
A significant amount.
The numbers
a significant amount, and she was like she shilled it in Thread Guy's space. She's like, oh guys, I heard that this alpha thing, like this is coming out. Here's an alpha leak, and then she like made it seem like she organically found out about the project. She also like tweet replied and was like, oh, a project with no roadmap and no this, I'm in. But then once they started pumping on the secondary, she basically immediately like sold all of them and like made like 20 ETH and off of it. And people were like, what the heck? Like somebody put a whole thing together, like this person was the owner of the wallet. And it was like Nicole, and it's like her profile picture. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. So then she put out a tweet that was very like robotic and like
there were mistakes made in a wallet.
So and then NFT Now, so she was on that list, the NFT Now top 100 list. And then everyone was like, oh, really? So you guys are having scammers on your list, blah, blah, blah. Like everyone's like coming at NFT now. So then they like removed her from the list and they added Azuki. So that was my, hopefully I got that right, but if I didn't, don't come for me.
So they removed Nicole and they added Zagabond? Like, what kind of move is that?
That's actually really
Plastic
funny.
NFTs.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah, TLDR, she bricked the floor.
Yeah,
Don't break the floor.
just don't dump 100 NFTs
No.
at the same price at the same time and undercut everybody and not expect to get found out.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah. People wallet watch these days. I mean, they've always wallet watched. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the real alpha is actually have an incognito wallet. But no. I mean, be ethical.
Wow. Okay, now we know what Juicy has an incognito wallet.
Okay. The craziest secret wallet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at my public wallet, you know that I don't have a secret wallet.
Or is that like?
Oh, yeah, is that what you want us to think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a good trader.
Yeah. Oh no.
I swear I'm not. I feel like Bae does, because Bae is like, oh yeah, I'm like an expert trader. Like I'm like, okay, she has a secret wallet. I know for a fact.
Bae would be the most likely.
No, I have a ton of wallets, but don't worry, I claim all my taxes. I use Coin Tracker, baby. All of them on Coin Tracker.
Okay. See, I knew it. See, I was right.
Tracker, sponsor us.
Let's go.
Coin Tracker.
Coin Tracker.
Sponsor us.
Thank you.
Give me free tax. I pay like
please
$240 this time.
JKB NFT Catcher for 10% off your tax.
10% off. Yes, this is
this is a commercial break.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Michael, what else do we got for the week?
All right. The only other thing I actually have on my list this week, I just got to give another shout out to Manifold. We talk to them all the time, but they dropped some new tools that are pretty awesome. They're multi-burn mechanisms where basically any project. So an example of one of these was Gremlin came in and basically said, I'm going to put a 69-piece edition out. And to get it, you have to burn an Nakamigos. So, and anybody can do it for any collection. So like Xcopy could come in and say, I'm going to do a 101, but you have to burn a Bored Ape and a CryptoPunk. Like you can do multi-burns. Like you can set it up any way you want with editions or 101s, or like even a project can come in. So say you're one of these projects that came out in 2021 and you're still working, but we know how it is. Like the floor's low, 03, there's 10,000 pieces. You could start, if you have something cool that people want, well, burn some pieces to get it and start to, deflate a little bit. And you can use Manifold. You don't have to have a dev. You don't have to put it through a website, Web3 integration. Write it on Manifold. You can burn for any contract. It's really cool. They keep changing the game and keep moving it forward. Like the tools that Manifold has created really has changed the game for the artists and communities.
Wow, we gotta get someone from Manifold on.
Yeah, Richard.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Oh yeah, Richard. Wait, I feel like
you're gonna have to land-based him at VCon and like corner him and be like, "Here's our Calendly." Oh, come on.
Wait, he's actually DM'd me back before. Wait, I've never even asked him to come on. Okay, hold on. I gotta actually reach out to Richard.
Come on. Yeah, we gotta get Richard on.
My God. Okay.
We're doing some behind the scenes right now. These ladies are sitting here like, what are they talking about?
No,
aren't we on right now? Yeah, okay,
Manifold
good. Yeah, Manifold's incredible. Like, I remember that first Twitter space where they came out and they were like, here's what we're doing. And a lot of people are having a hard time seeing the vision, but it's like they just keep putting out new tools that are just revolutionary, really. People, like a lot of the big giant collections from early 2021 are on OpenSea shared contract because people didn't know what they were doing. And there was nothing like Manifold back then.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that they are creating very like artist-centric tools.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And they don't charge the artist. It's free for the artist.
That's great. No,
Totally
yeah. As
free.
someone who
Yeah.
like doesn't know how to code, barely understands
Right.
contracts, it's
Right.
so nice.
Right. Do you put out NFTs?
I've put out a few, yeah.
Oh,
like
Wait
not
a minute.
recent, but
I have some of your NFTs.
What?
really?
Vegan Beef was the dev for your project, who is my coworker, Lucas.
Yes.
What
Little
was it called again?
Sleuths.
Little Sleuths. I talked about it on the pod when it came out. Little Sleuths. I sent Michael one. Didn't I send you and Andy one?
Did you?
Oh my god.
I feel like I did. Yeah, I was sending them to everybody. They were so funny. Like they're so
No,
funny.
I remember seeing that, and that made me so happy. I was like, I love that you're gifting them. That's so
Yeah, I
cute.
was like-
Wait, I feel like this, Juicy, do you want to tell your Frank to God's like little sleep NYC story?
Yeah. We were like hanging out in the public hotel, which is like where all of the like Utes people were like staying at, I think, because there was like an incentive.
They bought a block of hotel rooms.
Yeah, that was
did,
what it
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just there because our friend was staying there, and then like we were like meeting up with other people. And then like Frank was also there and in the same place. So then like some of our friends started talking to him and then like he just kind of came over, like introduced himself. And then like as I was introducing myself, I was like, have you heard of Little Sleuths? but I think like he was like introducing himself to other people. So I don't think he like fully quite caught that. But I like Kat and I couldn't stop giggling because we were like, wait, that was absurd that I like fully forgot that he's the founder of Utes and Sleuths.
Oh, yeah. Like whenever they were doing Utes lists, like I think we had like a group text or something. We were joking around. We're like, what if we did like Sleuths list? And then
Oh my God.
right.
I just put that together.
No, I know. I like forgot that like that was the origin almost. But yeah, it was useless. We made Sleuths list. And then I was like, Frank, you heard of Sleuths?
He probably thought you were some weird like derivative of his project.
That's what it was.
Like,
yeah.
that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Okay.
It became its own thing.
Yeah.
The art's like totally different. It's not like Utes or anything.
Very
but
different.
But the name of like the 00, like
the Genesis.
For you guys.
Yeah.
It started as we were just making fun of, because we were I think like we were accepting like really absurd people on the Sleuths list, because like that was when Utes list was accepting like all the big influencers in the space and getting a lot of buzz. And so then we were like, Sleuths, welcome to the Sleuths list, Barack Obama.
Oh, nice.
Like for real, they got Barack.
Yeah.
like it was just so dumb, but then it like kind of gained a lot of traction. So then we just kept running with it, but it was like just truly, again, one of those like bits that just kept going.
That's funny.
Now
I like you guys' sense of humor. I like you guys like to have fun. I'm sorry, Kat. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm just saying we're using our energy for good now. And not
yeah. Channeling it elsewhere.
That is funny. That's crazy. I definitely forgot about that too. Yeah. The Sleuths. And you also, Juicy, you also make other art, like or I don't know if you still do, but I remember when you would post your art, like I like your drawings are really cool. It's like the style is really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I think one of my coworkers still, his Slack is still like the Little Sleuth.
I'm so glad. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's so funny.
One day there will be a little Sleuth in every home.
One day.
Maybe someday. Yeah, I minted a lot of those. I was like, I kept minting, then I kept just like sending them to people. I'm like, check their wallet.
That's
I were like, what? Jen, what is this? Like,
that is exactly like that was perfect energy.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so that was all the topics we had.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
All right. Well, I guess, I mean, it has been over an hour, so I guess we're coming to an end of this episode. This has been a lot of fun. Like,
This was fun.
seriously, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad we got you guys right after your event too. Like, this was good timing.
You got us fresh.
Definitely.
There's no way I would remember anything. Like 24 hours from now, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Like,
We
what
threw a party.
happened? Oh yeah.
just about there. So
Yeah. No. Yeah. Fresh, but also I am still recovering.
Oh,
My
man.
voice
You're
is
still
gone.
yeah, I feel like my voice is kind of like I don't know. It sounds a little different to me. Like it's like slightly scratchy, and I'm like, oh man, from New York.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Are you ladies doing VCon?
That's a great question.
You know,
When's
now that we're
VCon?
JKB Media,
I guess we should.
Wait, yeah, you should throw an event because
Should.
yeah,
we should
because
get media
VCon's like
passes.
yeah, I don't know if they
Okay.
do media passes, but if they do, you should definitely get media passes. And
It's
also,
not easy. It's not easy.
We'll
oh,
slide
need to
into
be
Gary
like-
V's DMs. Hi, Gary.
Yeah.
I work
Yeah,
with
right.
Gary.
In the weeks leading up to VCon, yeah, he'll be like, oh,
They will
sure,
reach
I'll
out to
take it.
Gary. She's
Yeah,
tight with
you
him.
should.
Work with
Uh-huh.
him.
Yeah,
Okay,
Bae
fair
knows
enough.
them.
Okay,
Besties.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Actually, I'm not sure, but we'll
Manifest.
try.
Yeah, this is a manifestation in real time.
let's
Yeah.
go.
Gary V loves
Manifest
JKB.
Loves.
Putting it out there.
Mhm.
He does.
Yes. Yes, and maybe you guys will throw an event in Indy.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
going.
I mean, I would
You're all
attend.
invited.
I would
You
attend.
could run
Yeah.
out like a Dave and Buster's.
Indianapolis needs JKB vibes. I'm just gonna say
That's
that.
true.
It
Yeah,
does.
it needs you guys. So
We'll bring it.
okay, well, is there anything else you ladies want to mention before we wrap this up? Anything else you want to say? Any plugs, any shout outs, anything you're working on?
Follow JKB on Twitter at
Follow JuicyKatBae on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and
Wow.
soon to come
TikTok,
LinkedIn.
you're talking my language.
Who
yeah.
manages
We're gonna
all
have a
those?
LinkedIn page soon, so connect.
Who
with
manages
us.
all those
Stay
social
tuned.
medias?
All
we
of
like
us.
to-
Oh,
yeah,
all of you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we share it.
yeah,
Love that.
it's a good time. But
How,
yeah,
do,
the
how do we
LinkedIn
find you guys on
is-
TikTok? Is it just JuicyKatBae?
Oh, Michael's a
JuicyKatBae.
TikTok fiend. He's like,
Oh,
I'm gonna start
yay.
following
I
you.
love TikTok. I love TikTok.
We
Yes,
love
and go
TikTok.
follow us.
We're obsessed with TikTok.
JuicyKatBae. Let's see if it comes up.
We're the first result, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
yes.
only one. We're one of one.
He's like,
Gotcha.
let's see if it comes
We'll
up.
just
Gotcha.
scroll like 5 times.
Yeah, he's like, oh wow, okay.
Oh,
All the
wow.
fan
30,
pages,
30
you know.
wow, 35 followers.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Famous.
We don't
That's
have
good.
the market cornered on JuicyKatBae SEO. Then like,
Okay.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Yeah. When we Google JuicyKatBae, like, what pops up?
Yeah, that's a really great question.
Is it like a rat on?
Do you guys have JuicyKatBae.eth?
We do.
Oh,
Nice, nice.
Send
How
your
about
coin.
.chain? .chain.
oh
No.
my gosh.
Not yet.
Michael, come on.
Jenny's a
yet.
big fan of the .chain.
No, I'm not. Michael just found this random dot chain. Like he thought it was going to be like the next big thing. And he's like, oh, Jenny from the block dot chain. Like he secured it for
Yeah,
me.
how
So
sick is that? Jenny from the
nobody's
block
gonna
dot chain.
ever-
How sick is that?
Yeah, no, I love that.
You know, it's funny.
That is
Thought
kinda
I was
sick.
Registering a
Yeah,
dot
that's
chain.
sick. Jenny from the
Support.
block dot chain is sick.
Into it.
That is sick. It
Yeah.
slays. I
Right.
approve.
Google JuicyKatBae.
She's gonna
I Googled
appreciate
it,
that
and
one.
it-
She makes fun of me, but she'll appreciate that one day.
I Googled JuicyKatBae and it said, it looks like there aren't many great matches for your search.
Okay.
Nice.
So they're wrong.
It's actually funny if you do it and then go to images. It's still a mess, but
Oh,
we're working on it.
images. Okay, there's a bunch of hamburgers. What's happening? Wait.
I've got our TikTok, our Twitter.
Yeah,
Ooh, the
Yeah, it
NF
comes up for
Queens
me.
podcast.
the results is good, but if you go to images, then things get a little bit confusing.
Oh, you know what? I typed in it wrong. Okay, that's
The-
wait.
the
Why are there
images are
Kit
right-
Kats?
You guys are right on the Doodles Putt page.
Yeah, Doodles, but let's go. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, yeah, Kat, you have to make sure because they try to give you JuicyKatBae, and then it says
Yes,
for
yeah,
JuicyKatBae, and then you get us.
Okay, so you really gotta find some loopholes here, but that's how you can find it, folks. Oh, I like that
Famous.
photos. Wait, my thing made it in. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Love that. Actually, this is a vibe. This is once you actually get on it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a very good spot to be. Everyone Google JuicyKatBae so they Google won't be like
SEO.
What? Yeah,
Google.
SEO. Optimize us.
Yeah, Google it up.
That's funny. All right. Well, okay. I guess we'll wrap this episode up. Thank you to everybody who listens to this, tuned into this episode. Thank you, ladies, for coming on the pod. And just hanging out, vibing. You guys have great energy, and this was a lot of fun. And there we go.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. This is super fun. Also, shout out to our JK BBs. We love all of you.
Every last BB.
All right. See y'all later. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.